Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 1st, 2022, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, gold selling off for the first time after hanging out around 1850-ish level. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But first, looking at the major economic events to date, 4 p.m. South African time. Out of Canada, we have a Bank of Canada rate decision, a very important number coming out. And then at the same time, out of the United States, ISM Manufacturing PMI numbers coming out. Now, I do want to highlight again that on Friday, we have NFP numbers coming out for the month of May. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, starting out with majors tapering off on lower volume. The indices do the same, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ retrace just a bit. Looking at commodities, as mentioned, gold sells off while oil is steady. Looking at the stocks, Facebook begins to sell off after hitting resistance. And lastly, Bitcoin steady. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're starting out with the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart, and altogether just tapering off. Yesterday, we hit a high of 107.90-ish level, which is all intents and purposes 108. And then we sold off back to 160-ish level, which is a decent descent altogether. And it's also the first time that we've breached the 30-day moving average, as you can see here. So this pretty much means that we're tapering off. Not that we're selling off, but we're tapering off. We may just find ourselves in an area like this for quite some time, where we're just trading sideways just temporarily until something hits the snag again. Now looking at the Gbp Usd, same story pretty much as it's tapering off. And lastly, Australian dollar also almost unchanged for the day, so really not doing much. Now jumping into commodities, gold retracing down to 1823-ish level, right now trading at 1833, but that's a decent descent from our 1850-ish level that we hit the other day. Now again, it does have support at 1828, so I do expect it to bounce off of these areas. So just take it as it comes, okay? Looking at a daily, you can see it a little bit clearer that 1828 is a significant support level. So it's something to consider looking at today. Now looking at crude oil, we're trading pretty much, right there, a 115, 116-ish level. We hit a high of 120. So that's a significant rally for oil for this week. Okay, so just keep this in mind as this still is consolidating and still digesting summer months. Now looking at the Dow Jones trading at 33,123, it's up, okay? It's up from the morning of selling off from yesterday, 32,700, okay, which is a decent, we went to 33,300 and selling off to 32,700, and now we're smack in the middle of that. Okay, so I think the numbers are just going to follow until the NFP comes out on Friday. We are officially in summer trading, so keep that in mind. Like NASDAQ also tapering off after hitting a high of 1252. Now looking at a weekly, it's hitting that 8-day moving average on a weekly, so that is going to be some resistance in this area, so keep that in mind unless it breaks through. Now looking at Apple, we tapered off yesterday. Looking at Facebook, a little bit more aggressive sell-off from 196 down to 193, and that's the filling in the gap. That's the resistance area we were looking for, so it's been giving it to us. Looking at Microsoft, it's steady at 272. Amazon coming with a 220 for 1 stock split. Okay, that's something to consider as we're going to take a look at that as well. Looking at Tesla, tapering off just a bit, but above 700, which is a major area for Tesla altogether. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, it's steady at 31,500, but nothing to write home about. There's nothing jumping at me and saying, oh, this is a clear buy. There's no clear signals here. Just need to actually absorb this, thinking that we're going to look for some volatility towards the end of the week when the NFP comes out. This is Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.